I believe Friday is here with His Radio, where we just declare some good things are going to happen coming up this Friday, which is right now, coming up this weekend. So here's all you need is the My His Radio app. Open up the open mic and start your sentence when you tap record, I believe. We'll start with Scott Watson.
Well, I believe my kitchen's going to smell pretty good this weekend because with all the messy weather coming, I'm thinking vegetable beef soup or chili or something really good.
Mama Liz, I believe Friday.
I believe this weekend when we're traveling, we're not going to run into delays or any issues in the airport.
She's going to California with her hubby
Cali,
for next
baby.
week on her Christmas vacation. Ninja, I believe.
I believe that we're going to have fun baking cookies with the in-laws and the nieces.
Oh, nice.
fun.
That is going to be fun. Jake, I believe.
I believe I'll get plenty of rest this weekend.
Sleeping in.
And I believe that the roofers that are coming over today will get everything fixed and it will not leak when it rains this weekend in my house.
We're all believing that.
Oh,
yeah.
And I believe it won't cost a lot of money.
Okay,
I pray.
I'm just going to sit
It
here
won't
for
cost
that
a
one.
lot of money. Here are the open mics.
I believe this is the last day of school.
I believe that I have just moved back into my house after the house fire, and everyone in my family is safe and happy, and God is so good. He has blessed us so much with everything we could have possibly needed for our house. He is incredible.
I believe we're going to have a good time going to see Christmas lights with my cousin. I believe I'll have a good time with my cousin making cookies for Christmas.
I believe that me and my family will have so much fun at Heritage Park looking at the lights tonight.
I believe I'm going to get a good test grade on my math test.
I believe that next week I'm going to get a great bonus and it's going to set my family back on track.
I believe I'm going to find a place to live by January 31st.
I believe Rob and Lizz are going to impact more people than they think.
I believe that we will have an amazing Christmas time with family in Virginia this weekend, and that many people will be saved at my brother's Christmas program.
I believe that I'm going to have a great day. I believe I'm going to have a good time seeing Christmas lights with my family.
I believe God will restore relationships.
I believe my teacher is going to love the gift I got her today.
I believe in a hill called Mount Calvary.
I believe Dad and Mom are looking down from heaven on me, and they are very proud.
I believe that I will have a good Christmas concert tonight.
I believe my daughter's fever will break from this nasty flu that she has had all week.
I believe that God is good.
I believe this year that we all should give the gift of love to Lucas Watts, who was the corporal who was shot in the line of duty. He has a 2-month-old baby. He is still recovering, and it's a long recovery. And I think that would be the biggest blessing of ever. Merry Christmas, Lucas and family.
Merry Christmas, Lucas.
Absolutely, the entire family. We love you. We're here for you.
I believe that we'll get over the grief of losing my grandpa and that we'll have a very Merry Christmas.
I believe my son is going to have the best birthday ever on Christmas Day.
I believe we're going to celebrate Christmas this weekend and close on our first house on Monday.
Hi, I'm Levi Parham, and I believe that I'm going to have a great Christmas party.
This is Rachel, and I believe that my choral concert at Westminster Baptist Church is going to go phenomenal, and we're going to reach a lot of people through Jesus Christ.
I believe that I'm going to get the rest of my Christmas shopping finished this weekend. Woohoo!
I believe that this Sunday I'll get to go to church for once.
I believe that God is still performing miracles, and I'm excited to see what He's going to do this week.
I believe we're going to have an amazing time as a truckload of our family comes over to our house tomorrow for Christmas celebration.
I believe I'm going to have a great day at school, and I'm going to get something great for Christmas. My name's Ava, and I'm 8 years old, and I believe today that God will watch over me.
And you know He will.
And it's so sweet. What a baby's heart. I love that.
Right?
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
So Tim lives in a neighborhood unlike, any other family. And Christmas is his favorite. He loves Christmas so much that he likes to decorate his house. And he does it very well. I mean, outside his home, there are 720,000 plus lights that he has on his little, stamp of property.
His old cul-de-sac.
And it's so popular, thousands of people come driving through. He has it up for 40 days. So just a little over a month, there are hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people driving through the neighborhood. Now think about it. If this was your neighborhood, how would you feel? Because he has some neighbors that are really happy with him right now. Despite, on top of that, they keep it up. He keeps them up at night because of how bright these lights are at his house.
So I am somebody that needs it completely pitch black in the house. So I can see where it would be like, seriously, dude? Like, I don't even like the street light. But what I'm thinking is, it's bringing so much joy for so many people. Buy a sleep mask.
Listen,
I mean, I get it, but
there's one guy in his neighborhood that's running for like the town council so that he can make some kind of ruling that this can't happen in neighborhoods anymore.
It's his whole
in his
platform.
town. I know. That's the whole thing. He thinks he's going to win and all that other stuff. I mean, Scott puts lights up outside his home, but you're not like all out like this.
Oh, my goodness. I like this guy. I like this idea, but I don't know if I'd want to necessarily live on the same street that he is because of the traffic and, narrow residential streets in some places. So that could be a problem. But I've got a few lights up. I did add this 12-foot, it's called a waterfall Christmas tree. They have like 8 or 9 strings of LED lights and then a big star on top. So I actually hooked it to the top of our maple tree, and it drapes down, and it looks like a Christmas tree that lights up. And it blinks.
Cool.
I can't even imagine it. I cannot imagine it. So it's outside, and it's on top of a tree that's already in the yard. But all I can see is a great big tree with a lovely Christmas tree on top.
Yeah, it's like 12 feet tall, so it's really cool, and it blinks. But now let me tell you about my neighbor. He's got every imaginable inflatable that they've ever made in his tiny yard. It is crazy.
Sounds like one of my neighbors.
He is Mr. Inflatable.
There's some that do that.
There's got to be 101 in my neighborhood.
101 in the same yard?
Yeah, there's got to be 100. It's joyful. We like walking by it with the dogs. The dogs at first freak. They're like, "Why? What's this?" They're barking at everything.
There was a bear, I think, that took on an inflatable like not that long ago. So I can see that the animals.
It was a deer.
What you doing in my neighborhood?
Boxing down a deer that was all lit up. Knocked a couple of them down, dragging it across the parking lot or the driveway.
In love.
Yeah. Here's an open mic that came in on the My HISRadio app.
We have a gentleman on a corner lot in our neighborhood that does all out. He's got lights all down his fence line. He's got a nativity set. You name it, he's got it. But he turns off the lights at a reasonable hour of night so he doesn't disturb the neighbors.
That is really nice that they do that.
It's very, very kind. However, depending on what time you go to bed, are they still up when you're trying,
Yeah, I don't know what time you make it into where you're going and how you get out in the morning, but in my neighborhood, they were still up when I leave in the morning, some of them. Not all of them, but it's not like obnoxious bright lights that keeps you up at night.
Yeah.
But the inflatables are up in a couple of lawns. I have at least 5 between me and the main road of getting out of my subdivision.
Well, and not only that, with the inflatables, sometimes they are doing that, and you hear it.
That is soothing to me.
Really?
That's white noise.
See,
that's soothing.
I need complete blackness, and I need complete silence to sleep. So I don't complain, though, because I can use a sleep mask. I'm not going and pedaling. I can't do the earplugs because they bother me.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
I have wanted a quilt for our bed, a king-size quilt for our bed, handmade for years, and I can't find anybody that makes them. Well, Robin must have been in the same place. She wanted a quilt for her bed, and her mom started making one for her.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, king size. Like, it was intricate, it was gorgeous.
Is it knitted or is it?
It's quilted. So knitted is something different.
Oh,
Quilting
I didn't know there was a difference.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so she's done some embroidery and some really intricate work on it.
Oh, they're like big squares.
Yes,
right? All put
exactly.
together. Okay,
Mhm.
I can visualize that.
So Robin went on Facebook and said that it accidentally got donated.
No.
Her mom spent a year on this thing.
Like to a Goodwill or something?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Was going to give it to her, I guess, for Christmas, and it somehow ended up in one of the donation bins at Goodwill. In the upstate of South Carolina, they cannot find it. Somebody has already purchased it, evidently.
No.
And it's out there somewhere, and they just want it back.
Have a picture of it?
They do have a picture of it. Like I say, it's gorgeous. She's posted it. I shared it on my Facebook. Thousands, I think, of people have shared it on their social media. So trying to get this back to Robin so she can have it for Christmas. And just think about it. Her mom spent a year on it, and it's her mama. So she wants to have this thing to pass down to generations and generations. Your great-great-grandma.
And I feel bad for the person who bought it because they're probably thinking this is going to be a great Christmas gift for somebody.
Yeah, and I mean,
and has somebody in their mind that they're going to give it to.
May have already wrapped it, and it's heartbreaking. You know, I can imagine kind of the war that's going on in their heart. Like, I want to give it back to the owner, but it was donated, even by accident.
You said this was in the upstate, so do you know what Goodwill?
It was Woodruff Road in Greenville.
Okay.
South Carolina.
That's easy enough for somebody to go, oh, I bought a quilt from there.
Yeah.
Let me unwrap the thing real quick and see.
Right. And then, hopefully get it back to its owner. So maybe you know a friend that said, oh, I got this great quilt at Greenville or at Goodwill. And they maybe have not heard the story or they're not on social media and they just don't know that somebody's looking for it. And it was
Boy, I
donated.
hope that they get this.
I do too, because that's a family's heart that's breaking, mama and daughter and everybody else. But I hope they praying that it gets back in the right hands.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
It is crunch time for Christmas.
For like buying gifts and
stuff?
stuff?
For buying gifts, because it's the time of year where those people that don't give you anything to go on, like my husband, he gives me very little to go on what I can get him for Christmas.
So you ask directly and he doesn't give...
Yes. Well, I put some things in your Amazon cart, and it's like 2 things. And I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. And I mean 2 little tiny things.
So he gave you what he wanted. He has all he wants already.
I don't think he does. So I know that there's a couple of things that I can give to him that will always make him happy. And one of those is like a weekend getaway. It doesn't have to be expensive. I mean, it can be just a little thing. We get away to Gatlinburg or whatever for a night or whatever. For me, like if I'm hard to buy for, I really am. And you can get me a gift on the royal family and it will make my day, my
anything.
Year. Anything.
Okay, I almost doubt that, and I'll tell you why. Because you're not a fan of King Charles. So if it's King Charles related, am I right?
Okay.
Am I right?
You got me.
Okay, but anything else other than that, royal family related, yes.
So let me say, not a fan of Charles and Camilla.
Okay.
Okay. I still, if it were a book about them, I'd probably be into it.
All right.
I don't want an apron with his face on it. I just don't want.
I'm going to guess on Scott.
Yeah.
Okay, for Scott, I'm going to, because he's a fan of the Georgia Bulldogs, the team. I'm going to guess it's that.
You nailed it.
Okay.
Hey, if it's got a Georgia G or a picture of Ugga on it, it is a home run with me.
A little stuffed Ugga. That would be so cute.
That must be the mascot.
Yes.
It's a dog.
The bulldog.
Okay.
Yeah, he's cute.
So, okay, so the in-laws, it's always...
I tell the in-laws occasionally, they'll say, okay, what are we going to get Scott? What do we need to get Scott? And it's like, all the time I'm like, you should know this by now. If all else fails, if you can't think of anything, go with Georgia. You cannot lose by giving me something Georgia related.
See, I need to start taking notes. Like for Ninja, I wouldn't know. What would Ninja be?
Oh, I know.
So it would be gift cards in general to like anywhere.
But specifically crumble cookie.
Yes, I could eat up all of those.
She checks their menu Monday of each week.
No.
Yes.
And I'll hear her, she'll go, oh my goodness, look at this one. Have you seen the menu? And then we're both salivating every Monday.
I don't know if I can pinpoint something for me. What about Jake?
I'm pretty much into everything. So, like nerd stuff or sports, I'm into it.
I was going to say ballet. Probably not. So don't say everything.
Okay, so nerds, what do you mean by nerd stuff?
Like TV show stuff, movie stuff, Marvel, DC, Star Wars.
Okay, that helps.
Basketball, football, all that.
I know, Rob.
What? Okay.
Anything to do with your guitar. Anything.
That would help,
like a guitar strap or the picks or...
Well, here's the thing.
The thing that goes
it would
on
be
the
specific picks. it would be a specific strap. There's a strap that I've been eyeing from a company called Taylor.
Yeah, it's a nice
Taylor
company.
Guitars.
It's been around for a minute.
It's been around for a minute, and their stuff is like super expensive. So I'm not going to tell people I want this because it's too expensive. That's the stuff I save my money for.
Coffee for you.
That's okay. Yeah, I can do coffee.
Like you love coffee.
Yeah, I got a lot of coffee right now. Let me tell you.
Really? Yeah, that's what I got you.
Ton of it.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
Here's the thought that we're thinking of, because there are people that are trying to figure you out and go, what in the world do I get them for Christmas? And you have this go-to thing that you always love. Like Liz was
Royal family.
royal family stuff.
Yeah. Any like a book, a shirt.
Yeah.
Anything.
Scott, anything that has to do with the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, you even have a Tervis in your hand.
I do. I'm drinking coffee right now from it.
See?
So it's a Georgia. It was a gift, I think, from my family.
Look at that.
Last Christmas. So they can't go wrong with Georgia stuff for me.
Well, like Harlan from Afternoons with Brian and Harlan. Starbucks. You will never go wrong if you get her something Starbucks.
She does like the coffee there.
Loves
yeah,
it.
but it's not coffee. She gets something that's like the
15 different
It's all these different things. It's just not like I'll have coffee, a little bit of cream. It's like this macchiato with a little bit of frap and zap and whatever.
But it's upside down, or it's a grande and a venti cup, and it's
something
all these...
like that. So for Joey, for instance, he's like you said he had 2 things in his wish list
2 things
on Amazon.
Yeah.
And was it simple things that were under like $5 or something like that?
One of them cost $10.
Yeah. See, simple guy.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Hard to buy for. He just heard Liz talk about this.
Evidently.
And he sent a text. You got to hear this.
Belk has their Salt Life hoodies on sale for $25.
Okay, so there's a big drop hint.
Would love one.
Right?
He said you can even send it to the boys. So maybe he wants more than one for Christmas.
It could be.
It could be. But he doesn't have one.
Okay, well, so what color?
I think he looks really good in green and blue.
Okay, so
and
that's
orange.
what does Joey like?
Anything where I think he looks good.
Really?
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh, okay. So I see how that's done.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
We're getting so close to the end of the year, and now they're saying 2024 is the year of the declutter and living a simpler life.
Right. I think in the last couple of years, it's been more is better. You know, more is more, more is better. And now in 2024, they're saying, you know, cleaning out. I don't know how many emails my kids have. I'll look at their phone sometimes, you know, just sitting there, and it'll like 50,000 emails.
Unread. It's
I'm
like, why?
How do you live like that? That's the thing. Go in and clean out your email if you're one of those that has 50,000.
Yeah, and not just all the digital stuff, like clean out the pictures, make sure your phone has enough space, simplify your books, the toiletries. What?
Oh, you should see mine.
Well, okay, hold on. Let's camp there for a second.
Okay, let's
How
go.
much toiletries can a person have?
Okay, it's not necessarily around the toilet. You know that, right? Like it's
No.
hair stuff. So I think guys don't necessarily, maybe I'm speaking out of turn. For women, for me specifically, I have 2 drawers full of hair product. And
That's toiletries?
yes. So,
Okay. Let me clarification here,
Sir,
Just for my sir.
Yes, sir.
just because I'm a boss, don't call me sir. Okay, so toiletries in my mind are what you clean the toilet with.
No.
The toilet paper.
No. When you go on vacation, you have a toiletry bag. So that can have your shaving cream for your beard, for you. I don't have one yet. It can have your cologne, your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your, you like to put the little spikies in your hair. So
That's toiletries?
Yes. So I have hairspray. I have hair oil. I have the brushes, the toothpaste, the toothbrushes, the floss.
Why do they relate that stuff to toilets?
Because I guess it's in the toilet room. I don't know. Not that, like, we have a water closet, is what they call it, but where the potty is, you can shut the door.
And you know what? Whoever invented that, God bless you.
Right?
Thank you to
a little
have
more privacy.
And not just that, but a place to keep the smell.
Well, sure. And your bottle of Glade.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
It's Rob and Liz in the morning. Merry Christmas. It's his radio.
I remember my grandmother, my dad's mom, because she lived in the South. She would wear this house dress all the time. I never saw her in anything but a house dress. And then she would put this apron, always had the apron on top of it. It's just one of the most vivid memories. And the apron was, it was functional. Like she used it to wipe her hands off on, to dry the dishes sometimes. I mean, it was a mess a lot of the time. I think aprons have changed. I have aprons and they're cute. And they're like, I don't want to get anything on them.
Then what's the use of an apron then if you don't want to get anything on it?
If you're baking or you're cooking, like it's just really cute. So Joey, my husband, bought me a Nutcracker apron a couple weeks ago, and I've worn it once. And I know when I go bake again, maybe next weekend, I'm going to wear it again. But like if I'm doing chocolate, I'm going to put something else on because I don't want to get it messed up.
So you'll be very upset.
Yeah, I'll be protecting
What about
the
flour?
apron. Flour's okay because flour just kind of, you can kind of pop it a little bit and it'll come out. And if I wash it, then I'm not having to like soak it and get stains out of it and that kind of thing. 'Cause flour doesn't do that. Powdered sugar, kind of the same thing.
So they should stop making cute aprons so that you can use an apron the way it's supposed to be used.
No, so I do have some like my mom made me, handmade by my mom. They're more functional. And that's what she made them for. Some like I have one that is based like Paris, France. It has the Eiffel Tower and it has some cappuccinos on it and that kind of thing.
So what do you use that for then?
So that's a little more cutesy-wootsy throughout the year.
So you just kind of put it on, walk around the house?
No, I cook, but I just...
Go out in public with your...
I'm not making barbecued chicken wearing that one.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
This gingerbread house looks amazing, and it's not really a gingerbread house. I'm sorry. This is Buckee's.
Gingerbread Buckee's.
Gingerbread Buckee's. I mean, literally, the gas station on display, so realistic. It's complete with the beaver sign, the gas pumps, the toy cars, even Tesla superchargers.
Which is hilarious.
Are at this thing, the way that they made this. And let me tell you where it is, where you can literally see this Buckee's gingerbread house. Yeah, it is in Texas, home of Buckee's, where they originated.
Right.
And it's in the tax office at Georgetown.
They're going to get a lot of people coming in to get their taxes done.
Right. Finally, people are like, hey, I'm happy to be here to see the gingerbread house.
Well, yeah. And you know what I do love about it is she took the people that work in her office, and I guess she printed out pictures of them, cut them out, and put them in the scene, like pumping gas, charging the Tesla.
Yes. Getting the beaver nuggets.
Right?
All that stuff. It's so creative to see this thing. If this was at the Grove Park Inn, where the gingerbread house display thing is, that you see on ABC Good Morning America all the time, it would win. Even though it's not a gingerbread house, it's a Buckee's gas station.
It'd probably win if they have a novice entry, or category.
It's so realistic looking, though.
It is. It's a little messy. It's a little messy for the Grove Park Inn. But it is.
Oh, it's going to be fancy.
Well, I think it's got to be, professional
I don't know.
looking.
So Scott has a great idea on what to do next and what to build a genuine-looking Buckee's gas station out of.
Okay. What is
so they are missing an opportunity here because this thing should not be made of gingerbread. It ought to be made of beef jerky.
Right?
A beef jerky Buckee's gingerbread house made of beef jerky.
It's going to have to be a fortified beef jerky.
100% do that.
I wonder how you'd have to layer it.
I would be so tempted to grab a piece of it to eat because I love beef jerky.
I would eat that.
Oh, man.
See, I don't think I would eat it once it was completed because I know y'all be like putting the walls up on your fingers.
Licking the fingers because of the beef jerky?
Yeah.
I want some beef jerky now.